A deeply personal royal dispute is reportedly brewing behind palace walls, and it involves disgraced royals Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor and Sarah Ferguson, with two beloved dogs at the heart of the issue. The late Queen Elizabeth II's Corgis, Sandy and Muick, have become the center of an emotional and potentially explosive fallout between the controversial exes, as per a report by the OK magazine. What was once a quiet, shared responsibility is now reportedly turning into a battle over legacy, loyalty, and something far more symbolic. For decades, these corgis weren't just pets, they were synonymous with the Queen herself. Sandy and Muick were gifted to Elizabeth in her final years by Andrew and his daughters, Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie. After the Queen's passing, it was widely believed the dogs would remain within the York family, a living connection to her memory. But crucially, nothing was ever put in writing, no legal agreement, no formal ownership. And now, that silence is speaking volumes. Sources tell OK magazine that both Ferguson and Andrew have been caring for the dogs since the Queen's death. But what began as a shared emotional responsibility has turned into a deeply personal divide. 66-year-old Ferguson reportedly feels a profound, even spiritual connection to the corgis. In the former Duchess of York's own words, she believes the dogs may carry the Queen's presence. She once said, "Every morning they come in and go woof woof, and I'm sure it's her talking to me." To her, these aren't just pets, they are a living, breathing link to the deceased Queen. But Andrew sees things very differently. Insiders claim he is taking a firm, unwavering stance. The dogs are his, full stop. His reasoning? He was the one who gifted them to his mother, and he says he made a promise to care for them after her death. Now, amid mounting personal troubles, sources describe the corgis as his last remaining comfort blanket, a final piece of stability in an increasingly turbulent life. This dispute isn't happening in isolation, it's unfolding against a storm of controversy surrounding Andrew and Sarah. The former Duke of York was recently arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office as part of an investigation linked to his association with late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Police reportedly searched his Norfolk home and the Royal Lodge in Windsor. After nearly 12 hours of questioning, he was released under investigation, denying any wrongdoing. Now, as scrutiny intensifies, Andrew has retreated to rural Norfolk, clinging, insiders say, to the one source of comfort he has left, the corgis. Meanwhile, Ferguson is reported to have fled UK amid the Epstein storm, and sources suggest she is now quietly preparing for what could become a legal fight. Her position? The dogs were never meant to belong to just one person. They were part of a shared family understanding, a collective responsibility. And now, after being forced to leave Royal Lodge, she believes she should still have equal, if not primary, access to them, not out of spite, but out of emotional connection. She reportedly wants an arrangement that reflects that shared history, not one that rewrites it. At its core, this isn't just about pets, it's about legacy, about who gets to hold on to the final, tangible pieces of Queen Elizabeth II's world. For Andrew, the corgis represent duty and a promise. For Ferguson, they represent memory and something almost spiritual. And until the question of ownership is settled, one thing is certain: the Queen's beloved companions remain at the center of a royal rift no one saw coming.